Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 4 of this RMS Caronia tutorial. Today's focus should be the second phase of the ship's superstructure, boat deck, and boat deck superstructure and a few other things like that. Inside walls, side windows, and anything else I can think of while we're on the way. So what we're going to do first, before we start building anything on the top here, we're going to go down to the back end. Down to the back end of the white section, because we've got to add the side windows. If you look on the prototype over there, you can see there's lots of black dots, porthole windows along the side. We're going to add a few of those. So we're going to go to we're going to go to the upper row first. So we've got these windows here, these 2-block high glazed windows. We're going to go to there, and we're going to use black stained glass for this one. And what we're going to do is from the first window, so we're on the left hand side, from the first window of the group on the top here, we're going to leave a 3-block gap, so 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th block we put our first window. Now the windows are grouped in a group of 6, and each group of 6 is separated by 11 blocks. So what I'm going to do, I'll do the first group, so that's 1 window and then 3-block gap, and then number 2, 3-block gap, and number 4, 3-block gap, number 5, 3-block gap, number 6. So you've got 6 windows like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's 5. Okay, I'll do one more. 2, 2, 3, and there we go. So there's number 6. Alright, so there we are. That's how they're spaced. And then you leave an 11-block gap. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And on the 12th block, we add another group of windows. So that's 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6. So there's the second group of 6. So you do that all along the side up to the windows over there. So groups of 6 all the way up to those windows over there. You can just see them in the distance there. So carry on doing that, and then the row below, they overlap each other. So the next group below, if we go to the last block of the second set, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 5 down? Down to there. Yeah, that's 5. So it's 5 down, and then we start on the second row. The second row below, and these ones overlap, so you leave a 3-block gap that way. So how we do this is the first two windows of the bottom row overlap the last 2 windows of the top row. So if I build this one back, so that's 3-block gap to there, so that's 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6. Just like screw up there. So as you can see, the top windows overlap the end windows of the bottom row. So that's how you're going to lay them out all the way along the side. When you get to the forecastle on the bow, things change a little bit there. But I'm just going to fill out a few windows on this side while I can. So down at the front end, down the back end, sorry, we add the other windows. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we had 4 there, so they overlap like that. So just go along the side and do a few more. So we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you got those ones there, and then back up again. You do, so what was it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the same above. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then back down again. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Back up again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 there, 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. And so there you go. As you keep going along the side, and you should end up with groups of windows, something like that. So not too bad. I mean, it's not realistic to the real ship. But it's basically just an easier way, instead of having to research every porthole placement on the ship. It just makes things a little bit simpler. So I just do this gap here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we add 1, and then 2. So there's 2 windows up to that set of windows there. You don't have to add those 2 there, because it may look a bit odd. But I just added them there for easiness for me. So that's 1 there, and then 2. So I'm just adding the 2 at the bottom. And then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6. And those overlap the ones below. So down below here we add another 11 gaps, so I welded it and measure that. That's 14, that's too far, that's 11 there. So on the 12th block we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then back up again and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll add the first one. We'll add the second one. We don't need the first one because it overlaps and connects to that window there. So that's 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the bottom ones again. 1 and 2. And you can sort of get the idea on how this is going. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 there. And then the top windows, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know this is very boring, but you know, it's got to be done. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 6 again, so 1, 2, 3, 6. So that's the top row done basically. You don't need to go any further forward than that because there will be a change of windows on the front. So that's the top row done. And then the windows along the side, you just carry on the way you want to. So I'll add the 6th row again. So we had 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, 5, and 6. And basically, just carry on adding them every 4th block along the front there. So I'll just carry on doing that. So just add them every 4th block. And there was a space between the windows for the name, so you may want to just go as far as say there, roughly, and then you can sort of have space for the name, because I know the name didn't cover it well. The name plate was sort of where windows weren't, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that is one side of the windows done. I'm surprised I managed to achieve that. So that's the windows there, and as you can see, they're all staggered, but they're all sort of evenly spaced, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it don't look too bad, do it? Yeah, so what I'm going to do, do a quick jump cut while I sort out the other side, and then we can start building some proper stuff. So, back in a moment. Okay, back again. So I've done the windows on both sides, copy paste, and it should look something like that on both sides. So, yeah, that's the windows done. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go to this front wall of this superstructure here, this curved wall here, and go to the centre block on the top. So the centre block is here, of course, and on the wood, we're going to count back to the 13th block. So there's a 12 block gap on the wood. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and build on the 13th block. I'll change it to red and mark it as the centre. So that's the centre, and that's the 13th block back. So it's a 12 block gap on the wood, and then for the wall itself, we're going to build it 11 wide. So that's 5 either side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that way. So you've got a front wall like that. And then for the curve around the front, you're going to want 3 rows of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, and then 2 back, and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. And that is front wall like that. I got a bit confused then, I was looking at the wrong thing, but that's fine. So we'll do the same on the other side. We'll do 5, 5, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, and then 2 back, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. And it should, in theory, look something like that. Alright, so then what we want to do next, let's try to think, what shall we do next? What we'll do, we'll increase that to 5 high now, and then worry about it later on. So we'll increase it to 5 high, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll do that all the way around. So once again, using the set quartz tool, I've welded it, very handy, and then freehand for the rest probably. So we'll do 5 high all the way around. I'll just do 1/2 and then copy it because it's just going to take forever otherwise. Okay, that's one side done. I just copy it to the other side and then we can move on. Dunk, down to there, and we do copy, flip, paste. And there we go. That's both sides done. So that's the front wall there. This front wall here will be readjusted later on because there's going to be a staircase, a weird shaped staircase, sort of goes down and then splits in two. So we'll worry about that another day anyway. So yeah, so working on, go back to the left side and work on that first, which I normally do. So from this point here, this block here, you're just going to build a line of blocks down this edge here, and then all the way down the outside edge. So just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 along that side, and then all the way down to the end of this outside edge. So do it freehand, and then we'll come back and add some windows because it's quite complicated. Well, not complicated, just a lot of counting. So just add a line of blocks along the side here. Oh, missed one. So go all the way down the side, and then when you get to the end, we've got to add a few more. So add all the way down the side. Come on, nearly there, aren't we? Oh, yeah, nearly there. Right, so at the end, like so, and then at the end you're going to want to add 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 there, and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, and that should be how that is. Don't look too bad, do it? Alright, so what we're going to do now is go back to the front end again and start adding the windows. You can do the same the other side with the line and then come back to the windows, but I'll do that later on. So what we're going to do is add some windows. I'm going to need my notes for this one because there's a lot of fiddling and farting around and I haven't got anything that... Oh bloody hell, where's my notepad gone? Right, that'll do. Right. So what we're going to do is on the side, we've got this side panel here, and second block up from the bottom, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 gap, and then add our first window. So it's 2 high, and then a slab on top. So I need my slabs. Where are my slabs there? So I add a slab on top. So really I shouldn't have increased this in height, but it doesn't matter now. And then how many windows is it? So it's a 3 gap, and then we add 5 windows. So that's the first window, and then we add second window. So I get rid of that one and add second window there, and then third, and then fourth, and then fifth. So it's 5 windows. So the first window was there. So there's a 3 block gap on this side wall, 3 block space, and then 2 window, well, a window, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 windows, and then we add the slabs on top, and then the pillars in between. So this is what confused me. I shouldn't have added that front wall, or I shouldn't have increased it in height yet, but you know, it's done now. Anyway, that's the first 5 windows, and then what we want after that is a 2 gap. So you got a two pillars, basically 2 white pillars, and then we add our second set of, is it 5 windows? Hang on, go down, and then it's 5 windows again. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, plus the slabs, and then the pillars in between, like so. And I'll change my notes, and then what we want then is a 3 gap. So we add 3 pillars, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So it's the 3 pillars like that, and then we add 2 windows. So we add window and window. So it's just 2 windows like that, plus the slabs, and then the pillars in between. And then after that we want another 3 gap. So we go pillar, pillar, pillar like that, and then we add 9 windows. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 windows, 2 blocks high, plus the slabs on the top, and then the pillars in between. So you've got those 9 windows there, and then adjust my notes. So then we want a 3 gap. So we go pillar, 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 3 pillars like that, and then we add 3 windows. So we add 1, 2, and then 3. Just looking in the distance like so, and then the slabs on top, and then pillars in between, and then after that we want another 3 pillars at the end, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, those 3 pillars, and then another 9 windows, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the slabs, and then pillars in between. Like so, so we're getting there, it's definitely taking shape. And then so after that, just adjust my notes again, we want another 3 gaps, so another 3 pillars, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so it's basically 3 by 3, like so, and then we want 2 windows again, so 1, 2, 1, 2, so windows like that, plus slabs on top, and a pillar in between. And then I adjust my notes again. And so what we want then is another 3 gaps, so 3 pillar, 3 high like that, and then another 9 windows, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the slabs, and then the pillars in between. Like so, and then adjust my notes again, and then we want another 3 pillar gap between, so pillar, 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 and then 2 windows again, so another pair, so 2 and 2 like that, and then slabs on top, and a pillar in between, 1, 2, 3. And then after that we want another 3 gap again, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then another 9 windows, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus slabs on the top, and then pillars in between. This is getting very repetitive, but it has to be done. There we go, that's that one, and then adjust my notes again. And then we want another 3 pillar gaps, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 2 windows, so I want window and window, plus a slab on the top and a pillar in between. And then adjust my notes again, and then it's another 3 gaps, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then it's 9 windows again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the slabs on the top and a pillar in between. Like so. And then adjust my notes again, and it's the same process as before. Another 3 gap, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 windows, window and window, slab, slab, pillar in between. And again after that we want another 3 gaps, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 9 windows again, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the slabs on the top and the pillars in between. So, and then after that we want 3 gap again, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we want 2 windows, so a window and a window, slabs on the top and a pillar in between, like so. And then after that we want a 3 gap again, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we want 7 windows, so we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, like so, and then the slabs on the top and then the pillars in between. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, so on and so on. like so, and then 2 pillars at the end, so, or a double pillar, like so. And it should look something like that. So you've got all the windows down the side, finally. And then after that, you just want to add a line of blocks across the top of all those windows. So we'll go from the back end here and build all the way forward, adding a line across the top of the windows, and it will make the windows stand out a bit more. So it should be just a single line. So just double check. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. So I build this all the way down to the front end, and then we can do something else because I'm bored already. And I would use weld edit, but I have a feeling I'll screw it up. So I do this freehand all down the side because there's no hardship. Ooh, gone over too far, and down to the other side there. And there we go. That's the line added there. So the windows are now fully covered, and they look a bit better, don't they? So you've got the windows along the side. Now that's the sort of the main superstructure sort of done, really, the outside of it. And it should look something like that. So I'm just going to pop to the prototype a second because I just want to make sure the windows all line up. So you've got these 2 windows on the back end here and a 2 pillar end at the end. I'm just going to fly down to the back end and make sure that's the same there. So it's not quite the same. The windows are slightly out, but it's no big deal because the block count is the same. It's just the windows are slightly arranged differently. But that's no big deal. That's no big deal. That's no big deal. That's no big deal. Right. So let's go back over to there and carry on with the next jobbies. So I'm just going to check my notes. So bear with me a second when I sort that out. Right. So what we want to do now is on the top block of the end here, so at the back end of the windows, so the top block here, I'm going to build in 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 and 2 like that. And this first row of 2 here is going to build down 1, 2, 3, 4 like that to create a sort of pillar. And we'll worry about this section in a minute because that's going to be built differently. So from this pillar here, you're going to start building the inside walls to build a sort of corridor between the windows and the inside areas. So from this point here, the inside walls are going to be 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And it's 171. That's 171. So that's 1. And I'm going to build it freehand. So hang on, just make sure that is 1. So that's 1 there. And then build it freehand. Oh, balls. Right, okay, just build it freehand and see what we come up with. So it should be 171 in length. That's the theory anyway. So I'll do it freehand. So how far is that? That is 111, so still a way to go. So how far is that? That's 172, so 1 block too far. And there we go. So that's 171. It says at the end of that pink sentence. And so at the end of the 171, we want to build 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So that's the inside corridor. And then build the front wall across till you reach the centre roughly. I don't know where the centre is. Oh, there it is. So there's the centre. I'll put a centre block there to mark it. And there we go. That's the inside corridor. And then, like before, just increase it to 4 blocks high. So 2, 3, 4. And then build it all the way to the front end. So 6 quarts. So like I say, build it 5 high. No, 4 high, sorry, all the way to back where we started. And it's another pain in the ass job. Fly all the way back. Down to the back end here. And set quartz again. And the same with the rest of it. back end there. And there we go, that's the inside corridor done. So when you come to add the deck will sit on top of these walls here and be in line with the outside edge like that, so you can see like that. It sits on top of the inside walls but not on top of the outside walls, so that's fine. Get rid of that for the minute, we don't need that yet. Right, so that's the inside walls then. You've got a gap of about 4 blocks, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4 between the outside wall and the inside wall. You can make it a bit wider if you want to later on, but you know, it's I have different opinions. Right, so let me just check my notes while I work out what to do. At back rows of 2. So these rows of 2 here. So we built the 5 in and then the 2 and the 2. So from this row of 2 here, we're going to build back that way, 6 I think, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, don't quote me on this one, so it's 10, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, and 2, so it's like that, so it's 6, 10, 4, 2, 2, 10, 6, 4, 2, no, 6, 10, 4, 2, 2, yeah. And then we build inwards 9, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus a centre block. That should be in line with the centre below. So yeah, that's fine. So I'll put another centre block there, and you can see it is in line with the centre at the back. So that's fine. So you do the same thing on the other side. And then this wall here, right round to where we began over at the rows of 2, you just build this down to the deck below. Like so. So I'll do this, as much of this as I can freehand. So just basically increasing it to 5 high, but underneath, as opposed to building it up, you build down. Like so, and the same on the other on the side. So 2s, 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 and 2s, 2s and 2s again, and then the side ones. And then the 10s. Yeah, that's fine. And then the 6. So, and then the 2s, of course, build that down. And there we go, that's that back wall done there. So it curves round there like that, and there will be a swimming pool that goes in this area on the top, but we'll worry about that towards the end. So that's that section there. So like I've done, all the bits I've done so far, the outside windows, the inner walls and the back wall here, I've just got to copy that to the other side now, so it's a basic copy and paste. So I shall do that now. I'll go to the front end and copy it, because like I say, everything that's on the left of the centre, you do the same on the right, but I can cheat a bit because I welded it. But if you're doing it on console, may God be with you, because it is a real pain in the ass to do. So I shall copy from there and copy it to the centre on the back, and then flip it across and paste it. In theory, everything should be fine. Right, down to the back end here, copy to there, and then we do copy, flip to the right, and then paste. And there we go, that's both sides done. And it should look something like that. So you've got the back walls, inner walls, side walls, windows, and all things like that. And don't look too bad. So the ship is definitely taking shape. We've got most of the superstructure done. There's still plenty more to go on, but not to worry for now. And the inside walls, you can start adding doors and windows to them. If I go over to the prototype, it'd be easier, because I'm not going to start building anything now. If we go on the inside here, and you can see it's the usual crap. It's 5 windows, door, 5 windows, or in my case here it's 6 windows, doors, 6 windows, doors, 6 windows, doors. It's the usual guff that I normally put together, so that's that. And we can also tidy up the back passageway as well. Not the arsehole, but your back passageway for the inner walls here. So we'll add a line of blocks underneath here, and maybe a line of blocks there as well, or a line of blocks down the side there. So it's basically just makes the walkway a bit narrower. So I can do the same on the other side. This is just optional, by the way. It's what I've done on the prototype, but it's up to you if you want to do that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 across, and 1, 2, 3 down there. And that's that passageway done there. Right, so now we just need to add the deck. So like before, the deck sits along the top line of the blocks. So we start from the back wall. So start along the back wall here, along the top line, adding the deck in place. And you've got a 4 block gap underneath. And like I say, when you come to add the deck will sit on top of these inside walls. So I shall stand here and use the fill tool to fill in the rest. So fill wood by 300, and that should all fill in quite nicely, in theory, eventually. Oh, there we go. So that's the deck added there. So you've got the windows now covered up, and it should look something like that. So we're getting quite a bit done now. Yes. Don't look too bad, does it? Right, anyway, that's that bit done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a jump cut while I do a bit more measuring, and then we can move on to our next job. So back in a moment. Right, so back again. We're going to start on the next section of the superstructure, which will be well, the boat deck superstructure and the supports for the lower bridge wing. So if we get over to the front wall of what we've built, over to here, so the front wall here, find the centre, which is this point here, and we're going to count back to, on the wood, we're going to count back to the 6th block. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on that 6th block we start building. So I'll make it red for the centre, so it's on the centre block there, and we'll build this wall 9 wide, so 4 either side, 1, 2, 3, 4 that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. So like I say, it's the 6th block back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and build on the 6th like that. So you build the 9 wide wall, and then we want 5, 5, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2, like so. And then do the same on the other side, makes sense. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Like so. So that's your front wall. And then for the side, or sides, you're going to want to build 4 back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 171. So that's the first block. And you want to build it 171 down the side. So I shall measure it and do it freehand. So 171 all the way down the side. And this is just a basic wall, really. It's just a straight wall, no fancy bits in the middle. Oh, missed one. Right, so how far is that? That's 108. So what was it? 171 on it, right? And as this ship gets taller, we've done all the decks with 5 block gaps. So that now on, from this deck onwards, all the decks are a 4 block gap, but no, a 3 block gap between them. So instead of having a 4 block gap, it's a 3 block gap. That's what I'm trying to explain. So 10 more to go, and that's 170, 171 as it says there. So that's 171 down the side, and then at the end of that you build inwards 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like that. And then is it 10? Yeah, it's 10. And then back 3, 1, 2, 3 like that, and then 9 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And is that right? Can't be, can it? Bear with me. No, it's not right. Okay, ignore that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a centre block. And in theory, that should line up with the centre block at the back. And does it? Yep, it does. Right, that's fine. So it's 9 if officially, but really we just go 4 plus 1 for them at the centre, and then you do the same on the other side. So yeah, that's what I'll do now. Then I just do that. I just copy it to the other side just to get the foundations of this wall out of the way, and then we can move on to the next bit, because it's basically the lower set of bridge wings that we're doing next. So if I just copy this to the other side, because it's the same on both sides, 171, and then you build in 10, then 3, and so on. So we do copy, flip, and paste, and there we go. That's both sides. So you got the foundations like that. And it should look something like that. So you've got a little squirty wall at the back there, like so. That wall at the back there will be extended a little bit, but they won't worry about that just yet. If you look over on the prototype, just where the crosshairs are, if you can see them. I probably can't, but there's a lower wall there, but that's nothing to worry about just yet. We'll sort that out another day. Anyway, we'll go back to the front walls here, and what we're going to do, the front wall which of the 9, so the 9 wide wall and the 2 5 highs, we're going to increase them to 4 high. Yeah, increase them to 4 high. So the front wall, we'll increase that to 4 high. And then the 2 5s, so increase them to 4 high, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 3, and 4, and also the 2 behind it, so we'll increase that to 4 high as well, like that. So do the same the other side. I'll copy and paste this because I can't be asked to do it all on camera. So copy it to the other side, so copy, flip, paste, and there we go, that's both sides done. So you got the 9, the 2 5s and the 2 increased in height. Alright, so from the 2, the top block of the 2, what we're going to do now is build out 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then behind that we're going to add 5, so I think it's 5, isn't it? Yeah, let's get my notes ready. So it's 3, yeah, and then it's 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, like so. So it's 3, 5, 3, 2, and then 2 back like that, and 2 again behind it, so 2 like that, so 2 back and 2 back like that, and then back in once we go 2, like so, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2, 1, 2 like that, and then you build back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so, and then 1, 2 to connect to the foundations like that. So there's a slight overhang at the back end here, but the rest of it is okay. So do the same the other side. So from that row of 2 here we go 1, 2, 3, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, and then 2 back, and then 2 again, and then 2 back, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back, and then 2 underneath, like so. And there we go, there's the bridge wings, or the lower bridge wings. If you look on the prototype, you can't really see, but there's 2 bridge wings. There's bridge wings here, and then there's another deck up. There's some more bridge wings. Right, so now what we need to do is from the front walls, these 9, 5, 5, 2, to the pillar here, we increase the walls to 3 high underneath. So build it 3 high underneath here. Like so, so it's 3 high between the pillar and the front walls. Same the other side. So from the pillar, increase it to 3 high. Like so. And then behind the last pillar, from this point here, you increase all the walls to 4 high. So 2, 3, 4, all the way down the side, around the back and up the other side. So I shall do that with the magic of welded it. And hopefully we'll get it all done before time runs out. So down to there, use set quartz. Try and find it. There it is. And then across the back. And then down that fiddly bit down the back. And then across the back. Like so. And then down the other side. And then that should be this area done. Down to that area there. And there we go, there's the walls all increased. So like I said, the walls are 4 blocks high now rather than 5, because the decks do get a bit more compact at the top, so it's only a small cosmetic change. But so there we go, there's the first set of bridge wings done. And then you start adding the deck in the space, so we'll go over here and start adding the deck in this area here. Like so. And then just do the same across the other side and then all the way to the back. And of course the deck sits on top of these inside walls here. So I'm going to use the fill tool again to build all the deck, because I'm lazy. And that's it. And it shouldn't take too long. There we go, that's the deck filled in there. And as you can see, the bridge wings are filled in. There will be more detail added to them, but we'll worry about that some other time. But as you can see, you've got an overhang there as well, that's fine. And we just pop down to the back end, make sure it's all in place. And yeah, it's all fine. So like I said, there will be an extra section on the back here, but we'll worry about that another day. And as before, you can start adding doors and windows to these walls here as well. So there's this side wall, do the usual thing, 6 windows, doors, 6 windows, doors, things like that. And I will fill that in between now and the next video. So if you look on the prototype anyway, you can just see the windows underneath the lifeboat. So it's the usual sort of half-assed attempt at detail from my part. But if you've got the details of the ship, then you can add the doors and windows properly. But we'll leave it at that, I think. So we've done 2 decks today, and not done too badly. So I think we'll leave it there. So yeah, this is well, that's it. So I think for the next part we'll do the ship's wheelhouse and all the detailed deck houses on the top, funnel support, wheelhouse, there's a few other deck houses as well, a few skylights and things like that, and maybe the funnel as well. But we'll see what happens in the next part. And also there's plenty more detail to go on, like the forecastle and things, but we'll see anyway. But I think we'll leave it at that. So this is Rich signing off, logging off, disappearing, and I shall return in part 5, I think. So yeah, part 5. Yep, so bye for now.